Hi everybody, Nicholefecteau from Better Homes and Gardens Masiello group here, and today I'm going to talk about some cheap and easy things you can do if you're planning on selling your home, whether you're going to sell and list it anytime this month or if you're going to plan on listing it over the next year. There are always things that you can do that are going to either help improve the marketability of the house or the actual value of the house. If I look like I have just come back from the islands, it is not because I've just come back from the islands. I have a tanning bed in my basement, and this is funny because I just thought of this because I did just use my tanning bed. I know it's not safe and healthy, but it keeps me sane. Thank you, Watermans. So as a real estate agent, sometimes your clients need to get rid of stuff that's in their house, and generally it's big stuff and it's at the very last minute. And this is how I have a tanning bed in my house, because my clients needed to get rid of it, and I was able to scrape together some people to move it and put it in my basement. So bonus for me, but I've gotten a chest freezer that way. I'm trying to think. I actually recently adopted this Thanksgiving cactus from a client who's moving, so you get all kinds of little bonus perks, I guess, with being a real estate agent. So back to the things that you can do that are cheap, easy things that will improve the marketability or value of your house. One of the things that I think is often overlooked is cleaning the trim and touching up the paint. Generally, our trim is bright white. I tell people go through, clean it, get all the dust off of it, and then just go through with a brush and do a coat of paint on it. If you do every day, you do a different room, it goes by really quick and it makes a huge difference. Same thing with walls, touch up the paint on the walls. What people don't realize is that if a buyer walks into your house and it looks clean and well maintained, it is going to be less scrutinized by them. If a buyer walks into your house and it's cluttered like this is not you can tell I'm not selling my house right now. This is not how that would look if I was selling. I would take like 80% of the stuff off of there. But if a house looks cluttered and has dust and whatever in it, buyers are more likely to scrutinize that. So clean and do some touch-up painting. Have your furnace serviced. Have that cleaned and serviced, and if there are any issues with it, deal with it. Have your septic pumped. That's one of those things that we can never predict if a septic is going to fail. It's the thing that real estate agents are always worried about. So have your septic pumped. If the baffles are missing, make sure they're put back in place. A buyer is generally going to have your field tested and your D-box looked at, and you can do that ahead of time also. Declutter. Like I said, up here, my stager always says take half of everything off of the shelves, and then when you've done all of that, take another half off. Take everything off of your refrigerator. Try to clear off your countertops as much as possible. Basically, a really just clean, bare house is better for selling and better for photos. So some other things that you can do that are cheap and easy is organize your basement, get rid of anything that you don't need. So if you know you're going to be moving, like if you know you're moving next year to Florida and you know you're not going to need A, B, C, and D for the rest of this year, get rid of it now. The more organized and clean and the less stuff you have, the bigger your house and the bigger your storage area will appear. One other thing that is one of those things that pops up that we never know if we're going to have an issue with it or not is the attic. People really just don't go in their attics, and sometimes you can have mold, or as home inspectors call it, discoloration on the sheathing and never know about it. So pop your head up into your attic, look at your soffits, make sure that you're getting good airflow in there. Your attic should be cold. Attics are supposed to be cold. Roofs are supposed to be cold. If you get a lot of icicles hanging from your roof this time of year, well, not this time of year, but once we get snow, that means that you've got an air leak somewhere up there. And that's something to keep in mind also. So go up there, take a peek, look at the sheathing, make sure your insulation isn't covering the ventilation for your attic. So those are just some really easy things that you can get started on that will help you and hopefully help sell your house faster. If you have any questions, if you're considering selling your house in 2022, send me a message. If you're on my YouTube channel watching this, you can text me at 207-251-9535.